Yo, oh my God, can you hear us from all the way over hither?
Hola.
Hola.
Where are we?
We're in España.
Ole.
We're in, Andale Ole.
Not
No,
Andale.
that's Mexican.
Country.
My bad. I'm thinking of the cartoon. Anyway, we're in Spain, y'all.
Yeah.
Madrid.
How many thousands of miles away from stupid America?
Whoa, Jesus Christ.
Sorry,
Whoa. She's like, United States of mierda.
I'm not the one that said that.
I know.
You kind of Will literally said that like 3 hours ago.
I was just reading your attitude. And I was like, I agree. Verdad.
We're teaching him a little bit of Spanish every single day.
We are. What are you, schizophrenic?
Yeah, it's just me.
It's just you. And the rest of everybody around us.
Everyone's so excited.
Yes, they're they all
like
are.
Like my mom and the girls.
I thought you meant the citizens of Spain are like, oh my God, the pregame around the world is here in Madrid. Let's roll out the red carpet.
We're really making it around the world this time.
Finally.
Cheers.
Yes, I just want to say, if you've followed us at all, I am abusing the shit out of having a Spanish-speaking girlfriend. We went to Costa Rica and Mexico and Panama, and now we're in Spain.
Wow, yeah. I didn't think of it like that.
Oh, I did. I knew. This is all my design.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And once this is over with, we'll see where we are at. Are we over with? No.
Spanish-speaking.
Yeah, right? We're running thin.
I'm like, let's go to India. And you're like, how about Colombia?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, how about the rest of South America first? And then I'll go to India,
Thailand. We got a lot of worlds to see, but
we're here.
We made it.
Yeah.
To Europe.
This is the furthest I've ever been from home.
Whoa.
It's weird. It's really weird to think about it like that, but it's true.
What was the furthest before?
Before that, I was thinking about it. I was like, maybe Costa Rica, but then I was like, LA is 4 hours away too.
Yeah, so those are kind of combined. I just wonder which one's more miles.
In terms of miles, yeah, we'll definitely hear. But maybe Costa Rica. But, California's.
All with me.
Yeah, you're just destroying my cherry.
Popping them.
No, there is no, it's just the stem at this point. Barely chewed up.
Okay, remember our mothers hear this.
Oh yes, both of our madres. I'm sorry, mother, dearest.
Shout out madres.
Shout out madres. Sponsor. Well, you guys are sponsoring us with free rent for those odd days.
Yeah.
And storage. So gracias.
So first time in Europe for you.
Yeah.
It's like my third, fourth.
Okay, flex a little bit, huh?
No.
Oh, no.
I want to ask you so many things.
Yeah.
First of all, how was the long flight? It was probably the longest flight so far, right?
Right. I knew that. So it was like before that, it was probably Miami. I think Miami to LA is longer than New York to LA. I think so. Because New York to LA is 5 hours and Miami to LA is 5.5.
Yeah.
So that was the longest. This one was 8 hours. So they give you a meal on this flight because it's 8 hours.
Mm-hmm.
We took a red eye, by the way. So we left at 9:30 p.m.
Eastern.
And what's great is we're going to Spain. What do you think they give with your meal?
Vino.
Fucking wine, baby. Vino blanco or tinto?
I was literally already falling asleep and I woke up just to get the wine, not even the food. I don't care.
We both were full. Because the whole time you were like, I don't want to be hungry. I'm like, it's 8 hours. Like, it's basically when you're asleep, generally, you don't wake up in the middle of the night to eat a meal. So you're going to be fine, Leili.
Well, I didn't think they would give the meal so soon. Like, it was like an hour in, they give you the meal and then they put you to sleep. Essentially, it makes sense, actually.
11:30, about 2 hours actually, but no, because they're not gonna wake you up.
No, 11:30. I was already finishing my wine. I remember that.
Oh yeah, I remember I asked for the wine and I slammed it because I was like, I just want to pass out, and I was like, I'm not gonna slowly sip this, and I didn't feel shit, so I think it's just water they give you, kind of that tastes awful like wine.
I mean, I went straight to sleep, but one don't die.
I know it doesn't matter. Even on a plane, she sleeps well.
Well, it was a good flight, I think. No bumpiness. I got very scared and I didn't feel anything.
I just want to say, I think you do sleep better than like a heroin addict. Like you can just literally fall asleep anywhere better than them. We should have a contest. I'm going to do that.
What? We're not
but only in
go
America.
Talk to a heroin addict.
No.
Unless you know one.
Oh, yeah, sure. Whatever. We'll trip over
Call
one.
him up.
Yeah. Or her, okay?
Or her.
That's right. Don't be so sexist. Leili. Anyways, so we flew here. It was actually really easy. Like because we both like kind of were, you know, you don't really sleep. You kind of are in a dream and not in a dream.
In and out.
Yeah. And then, but we came together at, we're like, oh my God, we only got an hour left.
That was like, I literally didn't believe it.
I didn't either. I was
we
like,
were looking at the guy's screen in front of us, not even our phones. Like my phone was turned off. So it was like, does that say 1 hour?
Yeah.
And then we like looked at our screens and it was. And it was like, oh.
Yeah. Because we left at 9:30 p.m. East Coast from Miami, and we're landing at 12 p.m. Spain. So
which is 6 a.m.
Our time. Yeah. So we were like, it's 5 a.m. What? We only have an hour left? Mm-hmm. So we landed, and it was like, that was really quick, to be honest. It wasn't that bad. I downloaded like 4 movies. I didn't watch a single one.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I watched like the airplane ones.
How many?
One, and then the second one, that's where I was like kind of falling asleep, and then I'd like turn it off. But then I was like, I literally had a dream, and in my dream, I was like, oh my God, my back hurts. And then I woke up and I was like, Jesus Christ, my back is at a 90-degree angle.
Also, I totally bought like one of those pillow turns into a blanket.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't use it. Traveling, I didn't use it because they're so nice, and they give me a pillow and a blanket. Yeah, so I used that.
You did.
No, I had an extra pillow essentially, but
right.
Yeah, flight was good, and then we landed, and that part was so easy too.
Yes, yeah. So we landed on the tarmac, and have you ever done that before, where you walk right onto the asphalt?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, but like on like a fucking big jet. I've never done that. I've done a little plane or like a 50-person plane.
Oh yeah, this was a really big plane. I don't know, but I have done it multiple times. Maybe they've all
once again, Miss Flexi. Okay, all right.
No, I don't think it's that cool. It's like I don't want to take a bus like after a flight. I would rather go straight into the airport.
Sure. Or I want to step right into a limo with champagne right when I get off my plane. So yeah, we get on the bus to take us through customs, which was very fucking easy. The guy just like, he did frown at your passport probably because Leiliani, everyone's like, what, Italian? And they look at you and they're like, your face is not Italian. It's Polynesian or something. Confusing. People are confused. And so we go through that, and then you obviously speak Spanish, and they were talking to you. So what did they say to you when we walked
so after the passport, or right before, I don't remember, but there was a lady like holding QR codes, and they're yelling at everyone to do the QR code. And so I was about to literally scan it and do it, and you know how you have to do all the health passes now for every country.
Oh yeah.
But I was
if you don't know, now you know. You have to.
Yeah, so I don't know what made me just ask. I was like, oh, what is that QR code for? And then she was like, vaccinated? And I was like, yes. And then she's like, okay, to the right. And then we just skipped like 20 people. So I guess no one in Spain is vaccinated?
No, but even with that, it was just like you go to the right, but there was no one at the end of that rope. Like you just
check us.
No, you just kind of like skip everybody.
Like, I guess it was just like Americans vaccinated. I
don't know really? That's what's so weird about it is like, basically Spaniards aren't vaccinated.
Well, we don't know, but it was just like there were a ton of people on the left side.
Well, also when we were flying too, there was people having to get tested right then and there.
That were coming to Spain and had the Spanish passport.
Yes, the red one, the red. Mm-hmm. I do know that because they're all like crying and trying to figure out how to get tested in an hour.
Yeah, like on the spot.
Like, you don't check that? Anyway, so whatever. We, got right through it, called an Uber. Because we're still attached to the Wi-Fi of the airport. So, but it's like, it's always like, it's funny how every airport, especially nowadays, is like you have to go to a meeting point.
Yeah, which makes you lose the Wi-Fi.
Right. So it's like, if there wasn't two of us, because it's always like she stays in the airport holding that thing and I'm running around outside in the parking lot like an idiot trying to find. It's like, look for fucking ride share, but they don't say it.
I love these roles we've taken on.
Yeah, it's usually
stand.
Because I don't have Uber technically, but
that too.
Yeah, I don't support a misogynistic, racist, fucking. Anyway, yeah. We won't get
More
into
like
politics.
They don't support you.
No, well, a little bit of both. They made their decision, and then I virtue signaled my way into my decision. But yeah, so running around, can't really find it, whatever.
But there is Uber in Spain, which is always cool when there is like ride shares in other countries that you already have the app, you understand it.
Because we were going to do taxis, but taxis are always, especially, a taxi in another country, they're like, that's the first step of like being taken advantage of.
Yeah,
I feel like
you're like asking for it.
Yeah, but is that just a perception?
It is. Well, our Airbnb host had already told me the prices. So he was like, a taxi is going to be like 30, right? And I was like, cool. And then I checked Uber and it was like 20. So I was like, why would I not save 10 euros? Like,
yeah.
Let's just do it.
Oh, should we even set that? I'll just say this real quick. So we booked an an Airbnb. Yeah, right? Duh. Anyway, we booked an Airbnb and then our host was like, hey, just to let you know, there was like some Slavic something people were living there and they're going to extend their Airbnb, but you can stay in my actual place. It's nicer. And you can, same price, whatever. I'll just take your money and you can just stay in our place. I'm like, okay. And
I'm like, prove it.
Right. Well, he sent us whatever. You can find photos of a place.
No, how could I find a photo of his living?
I'm saying him sending us proof. And that was it. Right. So it was like big roll of the dice. Anyway. We're very like, scared of people pulling one on us. Anyway, totally was legit. Nicest guy, but we're just from America, I guess. And we're like, motherfucker's going to try and pull one on us and take our money.
Honestly, I was way more scared than I was showing you because you were already scared about going to Europe and you don't know what to expect. Right. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm freaking out. But it's all going to be fine.
Right. But I don't think anybody else would have taken that chance like we just did, to be honest. But we did.
We did. I mean, the guy was very, like, this happened like 3 months before our trip, right? When we booked it.
Yeah.
Like, and from that moment, he was so, like, responsive.
Guess what? So are Nigerian princes when they want your social security number.
Yeah,
yeah. But it was, anyway, it worked out. So whatever. I'm kind of fast forward, but we called the Uber. We get in the Uber and we're going.
Why are you saying that weird?
Uber. I don't know, Spanish accents in English. Now I get why you're dyslexic now. It's like it's all.
I'm not dyslexic.
Well, you might be, or something else.
Just bilingual.
Yes, but yeah. So we're in the Uber and we're driving there. Do you remember what happened?
Do I remember what happened?
Yeah.
We're driving on the highway and a bus is starting to make a left. And the car right next to us also makes a left onto us and hits us on the side I'm on, like literally hits us. And I'm like, oh, did you feel that? Like I freaked out and you freaked out because you're right next to me and I like held your hand. But I feel like the driver was like, oh, what happened? And I'm like, a car just hit us. What do you mean? On my side.
Was it a car or a bus?
No. The reason that car came over to our side is because a bus made a left.
Oh, you saw? Are you really? So the car was veering away from the bus. Damn, I didn't know that. Yeah, I saw it in like so slow motion.
Yeah,
it hit your side.
An accident.
It hit your side.
Yeah, it's my side. So I'm like,
oh, I knew we got hit. Yeah,
no, they're coming to me.
Right, and then our dude, they just kept slowly driving for like a mile. And
well, we were on the highway.
I know.
Literally couldn't stop, which was also like, are we doing a hit and run?
Poor
or
guy.
Are we just on the highway?
We're not. We didn't hit anybody, so we're not.
Well, not us, but like.
No, but they were following. No, they were so chill. It was like Canadian politeness. The guy was so nice, and they get out and he looks at the scratch. And it was some old guy, right? Mm-hmm. And then he was like, "Oh, it's just a scratch. His car's fucked up."
Yeah,
but whatever.
That's what our Uber driver said.
Yeah, and then so this is right off the plane. So he takes us to our apartment or Airbnb.
So hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. And then, but as soon as we're pulling up, we see this dude who's looking around. And we're like, "That's the guy."
Oh, also another thing that could have been sketchy is our Airbnb host is currently in Venezuela.
True.
Not in Spain, so he's not greeting us, his friend.
Yes.
is greeting us.
Which is already, you're like, what? Your friend? Yeah.
But he did send me his contact, so it's WhatsApp, so you can see a photo, which I love. So we're pulling up, and I'm literally showing you. I'm like, this is who we're looking for. And he's literally right outside the building. I'm like, yes.
That's the guy, yeah.
I'm like, duh.
Leiliani. And the good thing is your name is unique. So whenever you say it, like everyone looks. Leiliani Sanchez. They're like, I don't see those two words ever connecting, ever.
Yeah, they shouldn't.
No, probably not. It would be like...
It's a little confusing.
Leiliani Mariano.
Yeah, exactly.
Or Luis Sanchez.
That's my grandpa.
Yeah, there you go. So, boom. And I kind of nailed it with my stereotypes, racism there. But anyway, so we see him. Mm-hmm. Great dude.
Yeah, it's so nice. Shows us around the Airbnb. It's even nicer than the pictures. We are really loving it.
Yeah, it's
so really modern and cool.
Well, especially coming out of the Roche Haven of Miami. But
hey, we love Miami too. But
well, I love Miami. I love Miami.
Miami.
Anyways, let's keep it going. So our neighborhood's great. We get here. One thing before we got here, one of our friends back in Miami, I don't even know how to say this, is involved with a Spaniard. What would you say now at this point?
Yeah.
Was dating, sometimes, kind of, not anymore. I don't know. Whatever you want to call it. Anyway, we were talking to him right before we came, and he was saying, like,
literally the night before, yeah.
Spain is, very, like, white. It's very gringo. You're not going to see a lot of diversity, right? But we get here, and I'm like, I'm seeing a lot of diversity, bro.
Yeah. So, turns out we're staying in the Lavapiés neighborhood. Mm-hmm. And now I've been I have this friend who apparently lived in Spain for 2.5 years. And he immediately was telling me his favorite neighborhood was Lavapiés. And he's like, it has a very high population of immigrants from
Senegal
and
India. Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, literally the 10 restaurants in front of us are all Indian restaurants.
Yes,
and then the park.
Not in front of us. We're in between. And every time we come out, they go, "Hola, vecino," which is like "hello, neighbor."
Yeah.
And I love it. They're so nice. But we are in I thought Little India, but then it's also we're right around the corner is Senegal. Like all the Senegalese, I think is how you say it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because we're like, dude, there's a lot of super black dudes.
Yeah.
And a lot of Indian guys all around us. What is he talking about?
Yeah. Yeah, what does he mean? It's not diverse. But apparently we are in the immigrant neighborhood. But it's one of the best neighborhoods also to be in. Centro.
Because centro can mean, even though it's center, right? Obviously, if you couldn't figure that one out. Mm-hmm. But that means a million things.
Well, we're in the center of Madrid. We're not in the suburbs.
No.
We're in the city.
We're in the city.
That's what
of
that
Madrid.
Means. Yeah, and then there's 4 neighborhoods within.
Do you know them? It's called the boroughs, right?
Yeah, so it's Lavapiés, Chueca, La Latina. I don't remember the 4.
I don't even know how you knew those 3. Damn, good job.
Yeah.
That was unbelievable. Oh, look at it flexing. Flex.
Well, now I don't know, but we won't spend time looking it up.
Anyway.
I'll tell you guys next week.
So that's where we're living. It is awesome. We've already had some Indian food here. It's very good. It was a good time. Yeah,
so our first day, after the Airbnb and the airport and the crazy, almost got into an accident, but / did thing. Mm-hmm. We're like, okay, even before we go eat, let's go get SIM cards, right? How are we going to walk around?
Yeah, that day. Because now it's 1 p.m. So we got right off the plane. We check in our Airbnb. And we're like, all right, so we needed a SIM card. So this is a big thing.
Pro tip.
Right. We didn't do this in Costa Rica, but this is this is how we learned it. Obviously, you shouldn't use your cell phone in foreign countries because you get crazy roaming fees.
What is it? Well, that, and if you were to get an international plan, what is it?
Right. So, I remember calling Verizon. That's my carrier. And I'd be like, oh, let me get a international plan. They're like, yeah, sure. It's another $60, I think. So you can use it. But here's a hack, and it's actually pretty fucking obvious if you kind of Google it, but I didn't know this, is you just get a SIM card. So when you land in whatever city you're going to, you just go to any like local provider. And so here in Spain, we went to Vodafone, and you just buy a SIM card. So ours was $10.
$10.
So all you do,
whatever.
So all you do is pop out your SIM card, put in this new one, and your phone works exactly the same. Like you can't call your mom. It can only call like Spanish phone numbers, but
you can WhatsApp her.
You can WhatsApp. You can use GPS. You can use Instagram and Twitter. You can use TikTok. Whatever you want. Like
basically, you just can't call American numbers or text American numbers that
international
are
numbers.
But I think I knew that you could do that, but it just sounded a lot harder than it actually was. Like literally when we got it, I was like, that's it?
Yeah. Anything technological you think is hard, but it's like really...
What? We're not going to change our whole phone number's identity. Like I thought it was going to be a whole thing.
Right.
Also didn't know it was going to be €10.
Yeah, they cut your face off and they put it in
I'm like, oh no.
Right. No, it's so cheap, so easy.
We even went next door to the Apple store and they like popped open our little slot for us in our iPhone. So we took our old SIM cards and put in the Spanish ones.
Which I'm sure they've done a million times.
Way too easy.
Yeah,
so
it was very
please just get an international SIM card. And it's good for a month.
Yes.
For €10.
Yes, 10 years. Also, something I literally learned today though, is if you turn your phone off and turn it back on. So when you do this SIM card, on the back of that card that you buy, you scratch it off and it has a pin. And so you enter that thing in so you can be able to use your phone. When you turn your phone off, I guess you have to re-enter it. And I don't have that card. So I got to figure out how to reactivate my SIM card.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's only $10, but I'm pretty sure because they take your passport, they take a photo ID, like they literally take a picture of you. I know you can, but I'm just saying, maybe just hang on to that.
Yeah.
Everything that they give you, just hang on to it just in case.
Yeah.
I know about puck numbers now.
What's that?
So basically when you enter the PIN number wrong 3 times, it locks your phone. But then you go to the secondary, which is a puck number, which
is it the thing underneath?
Yes, which is 10 digits. Which obviously I still don't have that card, so I'm fucked. Also, the websites are all like, just call this number. And I'm like, I can't fucking call, dude. Obviously, I don't have a SIM number.
Yeah. We'll just go tomorrow. Also, last thing about the phones, just because I feel like this is important, and I never knew it. Like, I've been to Europe, I've just never had signal the whole time. So it's €10 for a month in Spain, 15 if you're international within the EU, right? So if you're hopping around, like most tourists are, that's fine. Like if you're going from Spain to Portugal to Greece to... What else is in Italy? Any of those are covered.
Yeah.
Only 15 a month.
No, it's insane.
I'm like, can we pause our American plans for
So I barely know world politics and especially European politics, but whoever did Brexit, like as a tourist, I hate you, but maybe it works for y'all.
Right.
As a selfish American individual, I'm like, well, it's making my tourism hard, but...
The question, Russia's not part of the EU.
Hell no. No.
Okay.
EU. Yeah.
The EU.
The EU. EUI? Is that what you're saying? You're so Cuban Russian right now?
The EU.
You're like,
just kidding. I love it.
I know. Why do we love it so much? Because it's so cheap. Oh my God. The euro right now is exactly what the American dollar is. And let me tell you something.
Yeah.
She just handed me water. She's like, you're saying too much propaganda against Russia? Is that why you give me water? I want wine, baby.
I can't stop that.
Why are you laughing? I don't even get it. This is weird. I think I just overrided her programming from communism. What are you doing?
I don't remember why I was giving you water, but there was a reason.
I mean, I'll drink it. It was good.
No, yeah, it's amazing. We came at the perfect time, baby.
No,
literally, the euro is essentially the same as the American dollar.
Not by design. So if you hear this, immediately buy a ticket. Because also, I want to say this.
Immediately. Tomorrow.
Spain is very cheap, but literally our flight and our Airbnb is cheaper than any city we stayed in America.
Boom. Without counting the flight. just to stay.
We're not flying anywhere. Yeah, right. So,
like Chicago.
No, I know, or New York, or Miami, or Denver, or Portland. All those, like it's cheaper, which is insane, right? So if you hear this, like immediately come here because it is unbelievably cheap.
No, it's literally $2 ones everywhere, and I'm talking $2 at the bar for a glass. Incredible. And
if you're an alcoholic listening, oh Jesus Christ, what are you doing? Come here.
And then you go to the grocery store and it's $2 for the whole bottle. Also, I should stop saying dollars.
It's euros.
Saying euros.
Yeah,
but it's essentially the same now.
At this point, yes. It's great. It's not like Costa Rica where we had to do the conversions where it's like 37,800 and you're like, what does that mean? Oh, it's $6. No, it's exactly the same. I'm like, oh my God, this is great. The only thing that's different though is they don't use like periods.
Oh, it's a comma.
It's a comma, which is like, what are you doing? Because I'm like 2,080. Oh, no, it's $2.80. All right, perfect.
Well, we haven't seen anything that big yet that would need a comma.
We haven't bought anything over $10. Literally. No, for real. I know you're laughing.
Wow.
You're right?
Yeah.
Everything's so cheap here. Also, it's like taxes included. So whatever the price you see is what it is, which is amazing.
And so is tip somehow.
Tips.
Like, nobody will ask you for tip. Like,
unlike
sometimes
America.
I literally want to give it, and if we don't have cash on us, you can't do it because
I swear to God, like I would fill up my gas and it would say like add a tip. I'm like, I just did that. What are you talking about? I'm not gonna give you more money, you idiot. God, but then sometimes they trick you and they add the service charge and then they also go like tip, like literally
sometimes
a lot of times, yeah. But we'll get into that capitalism of America versus like the ideology of Europe. We can talk about that later, but we're just trying to get through the knowledge that we've learned. Okay, so it is so cheap here. It is unbelievable, man. I feel like a king. Como se dice king?
Rey.
Exactly.
Say it. Roll that R.
I just know, I go, how do you say princess? And she goes, princesa? I'm like, I could have figured that one out. That's the thing with Spanish.
Yeah.
It's very like,
sometimes.
It's very like, I don't want to sound stereotypically like la and then add an A or an O at the end of it. And it's but it also works a lot.
But it's usually true until it's not. Whatever that
What a great teacher. It's true until it's not. All right, guys, homework assignment.
Okay, but also, so it is really cheap for us Americans, which is why we're like, you guys should come, but not for the Spanish population. Like, I just found that today. Apparently, I don't know how true this is, don't quote me, but the investment bankers, investment bankers, Wall Street people, are making $50K here. But, so our Airbnb was super cheap, but thank the Lord, we have AC.
Yeah, so that was a big thing that I think you talked about. You're like, we got to make sure we get AC. Because first of all, every single day here is 100 degrees.
Literally.
But it isn't like Miami. It's like desert heat. It's just dry.
So I don't think I've asked you, which one can you handle more? Which one do you like more?
True. It depends on, am I going out or am I just being like living in it?
Well, that's weird. Living in it?
Or really you're asking, so I hate sweating, right? So it's like, so then you're kind of asking me in my mind, which environment do you sweat less?
Sure, if that's how you want to think about it.
I'm just breaking it down analytically. So desert heat, I sweat less. So do I like 100 degrees more than 90 degrees with 90% humidity? It's kind of a toss-up because they're kind of equivalent at that point. But I will say I do like having lips in 100 million degrees. They're just cracked and fucked. All of my eyelids stick. They literally go,
I can't even breathe. So.
Yeah, I know. My nose is just bleeding. Nah, it's good. I mean...
No, I totally agree. I was going to say I definitely like humidity. Like, I like breathing. No, I know, but my skin and body does not. They prefer the desert.
Yes.
But I personally hate, like, I think the first thing that happens to me is I can't breathe.
Yeah, that's everybody, though.
Like,
it's not you, baby. That's called a human
the
thing.
lips, too? Okay.
Yeah, that's everybody. That's everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything. Guess what? Everyone equally gets dried out the same.
Well, that's the point of this podcast. Everyone could be living in Spain right now.
And you should, man. Oh my God.
We're seriously thinking about it. And it's
real.
only day 5. It's very on.
Yeah,
very
but these
early
days
on.
feel so long. It's like day 5, but it feels like 2 months in.
Yeah, and I think a big part of that is because we eat dinner at like 10, 11 p.m. It's 10:57. Oh my God, we gotta go.
No, it's 10:57 p.m. We're literally after this, we're gonna go eat dinner, which is insane.
But I will say we've acclimated so fast because I think the culture just makes you. Like, I never thought I could have dinner at 11 p.m.
You know what I really think, though? Is we're coming from the East Coast, so it's 6 hours back. So it's about to be 11, which means it's 5 p.m. We're kind of eating dinner early.
Yeah, but we don't eat dinner near 5. We eat dinner at 8.
But you know what I'm saying. Anyways. Okay, so when we first get here, this is the first day, right? So I'm like dreamy state. Okay, we had this weird Uber almost accident, right?
I think we should qualify as an accident.
It was an accident. All right, we walk and we get our SIM cards. We're walking back. Okay. Do you remember this?
We're going to talk about it.
Oh, hell yeah. This was insane. This was an insane story. So it's like we were in almost a hit and run, and then we get our SIM card. We're walking back. We walk past this like little park thingy. I don't know. There's dudes hanging out.
Just dudes.
Just dudes, of course. And they're like kind of yelling at each other. Not yet, right? I don't know. How do you set it up? So like one dude, he like cracks open a beer, I think. Should we start like that? I don't know. I think it's like one dude's like kind of hanging out. He cracks open a beer. And then this dude we saw earlier, he like runs right past us.
Let's call them dude A and dude B. Yes, dude B.
Man guy.
Runs
backwards
past
hat.
us.
Dude with a backwards hat. And so my attention, because he runs past Leili, so I'm like, are we about to get robbed? I don't know what this was.
That's totally what I thought, and I have been robbed.
He was pretty close,
so
right? And I'm like, Europe, I don't know yet. I don't know what's going on. This is the first day. I'm also like barely have slept. This guy just floors it past us and runs up to this other guy who just like opened a beer. But we didn't even know it was about the beer yet, right? So he just starts yelling at him in
a language we don't understand.
Right, which we'll learn is Sinhalese, right? And they're just like yelling at each other, kind of. Well, it's not. It's just like bickering a little bit, right? And then this other dude runs up and just like bumps him in the chest, and he's like, you know, whatever.
Dude number 3.
Yeah, dude number 3. So it's like 2 dudes yelling at this one guy who cracked open a beer, right? And so he's just like, they're bucking at him. And I think you overheard
and then someone said, I actually don't know which of the 3, but one of them said, my beer. In Spanish.
Right.
Like, it's my beer.
Right.
Like, really angrily. Also,
well, yeah,
which is a funny sentence.
It's very aggressive.
My beer.
It was super aggressive, like the whole environment of it.
Yeah.
And then this is actually badass of this other guy. I'll give him props. It was kind of cool. He just looks at him and he just takes this beer and he just throws it in the ground and it explodes.
Oh, yeah?
It was like Hollywood level. I wish I could film that in slow motion. And then he throws it, explodes everywhere. He's like, I don't give a fuck about this beer. And he just mugs both of them, right?
And they all look like they're about to punch.
They're all about to fight. Yeah, like a
other.
huge fight. So this is crazy, right? And then it goes.
We're also like 50 feet away from them.
We're on the we're other side of the street, but this is a one-way street in Europe. So it is. We're one car width apart from these people. Yeah. And I'm just like, whoa, I want to pull out my phone and yell World Star, which they don't know what that means, I don't think. What if they did? That'd be crazy. Because I'm like, this is insane. What? Anyway, and then, Leili, what happens right after that?
Well, first of all, I kept walking because
Yeah, you did. I
stopped.
I just stopped and I'm like, I'm going to stare at it.
And we're just staying there and turning his neck and he's staring at this whole thing. And I'm literally like, baby, what are you doing? But then we see this group of guys come up.
Guys and a girl.
Oh, I don't remember.
It was a co-ed group.
It just looks like a tourist group. They come up and apparently... Actually, I didn't see this.
What were they all doing?
They put on black gloves.
They were all, but it was like surgical gloves. They were all putting on like surgical gloves, and so
the girl too.
Yeah, they all were. It was weird as shit.
The
it was
girl. What?
Yes, all of them were putting on these like surgical gloves, and they look. I swear to God, like tour, like just like regular ass people like us.
Yeah, one of them was wearing a jersey.
Yes, exactly.
Jersey guy.
Because I thought it was like literally just like. Citizens trying to like be like, yo, what do y'all, come on now, just chill, I'll buy you another beer, let's calm down. But that's not what happened.
So the Jersey guy, he was like the biggest of that group. He takes, I don't know, man number 2.
Sure.
He takes him, pulls him from the about to be fight, pushes him away, and starts slapping him on the neck.
No, so he like basically they separate him. He just fucking hits him in the back of the neck, like what your dad would do, and fucking grab you so you can't move.
Not my dad.
Well, whatever. And then he's just like slapping. He hits him in the back of the head, right? And then you're like
continuously.
Yeah, and then you're like, damn. And then he does it again, and he's just like literally hitting this guy down the street, like to.
And at this point, they're like 15 inches away from us.
Yeah, because it's like we're walking. He's hitting him.
He's
hitting him the same way we're walking.
And I'm already
we're like, come on, bro.
So fast.
We're kind of like, all right, I got it. Yeah. But also, we knew it was weird because everyone else was on the street looking.
Yeah, everyone.
So we're like,
old person.
Because at first I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Is Spain like America? Like just crazy shit happens all the time.
No, everyone's like, what is going on?
Yeah, right. And these people too. So he's just fucking hitting literally. But it was one of those things where the guy wasn't like fighting back. He was just like taking it, and you're like, it was literally like a big brother, like being like, don't do that. But it was weird because it was like 2 men, and the one guy was just taking it. Like, I don't know. It was surreal, and I don't know what their relationship was.
One was white and one was black, so that was weird too.
One was Spaniard and one was Sinhalese. Yes.
Okay.
We're not in America. We can't think of it like that.
Yeah,
but then again, we can. I mean, it is. Maybe it's a race thing. I don't know. But it was also.
No, we have no idea. It was just so bizarre.
It was. It was just like.
Violent.
It wasn't violent.
He was slapping his.
He was slapping
so
the
hard.
shit. No,
I could hear every single slap.
It was the back of his head. Like, yeah, he was popping. But like I said, it was literally like how a dad would discipline an unruly child, you know? Yeah. Like, that's literally what it felt like. We're like, and then it was also like a child where it's like, you just kind of take it and you're like, all right, I learned all right, I was acting up, whatever. Yeah. Just leave me alone. Like, that's literally the vibe I was getting from it.
Yeah.
And we're like, this is in 2-3 hours of us being in Madrid, Spain.
I was so scared that was gonna like ruin your view of Spain.
No, I was like, fuck yeah, bitch. I love this city. God damn right. No, excuse me. You're like, yeah, right. You're like, Will loves to see hate crimes happen. That's not what I'm saying. Street justice, vigilante. I don't know. But they all put on the little black gloves. I wish I would have saw what happened to the rest of that group. All we know, because it's like the girl and these 2 other dudes who were like fucking nerds, like dorks. And I was like, dude, I would kick your ass. Anyway, I would love to see them because all I saw was the big dude slapping that guy. Jersey dude. That was insane though.
Well, the rest of the time in Spain has been nothing like that, so please don't get scared.
No.
We love it here.
We just wanted to end it with that because it was like insane.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got to go eat paella.
It's 11:08. We got to go eat paella.
Yes. It's dinner time, actually.
Salud.
No rush. Salud. See y'all till next time, y'all.
Bye.